Oh, good, that didn't hit my face. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Steve wrenching on the car. So today, my buddy, he's got some, where is it, right here in the BRZ. He's got some motor mounts that are blown. It's been doing some funky stuff. It's actually been quite an issue for a long time coming. We need to get around to fixing. He wants to stay off camera, so I'm going to respect that. So today, we're going to put in a set of Perrin motor mounts for the 2013 BRZ. Car has no mods to it, so this is basically going to be like the first performance mod to it. So I'm actually looking forward to that. He does plan on doing some more stuff to it later down the road, so expect to see more of this car in the videos to come. With that said, let's get that pulled under the garage into the carport so we can get started and take a look to see what's really going wrong with it. All right, so what we're looking at here is the motor. We have it running, and all right, go ahead, put it in drive. So you see how it's lifting up like that? See how much it's moving? That's moving quite a bit. So that's kind of an indication of something wrong with the motor mount. Okay, do the same in reverse. And going in reverse, the motor twists the other way. Again, see how much it's moving? It's moving quite a bit. So we're going to fix that by putting in upgraded motor mounts. So I realized while going through the editing process that I didn't really explain this part very well. So let's take another look. To diagnose if you have a bad motor mount, what you can do is put the car in gear, hold the brake so that it's not going to move, lightly press on the accelerator, and then that will cause the engine to want to shift side to side in place. And that's due to the nature of the torque from the motor being held in place by the transmission and the brakes. So then putting in reverse, it'll want to go the opposite direction. Due to the reverse gear, it now wants to change how the torque is delivered from the motor. So that's why it's shifting like it is. When you have a bad motor mount, it's going to travel more during this test. So a good tight motor mount is going to offer little movement, if at all, or a bad one, it'll move a lot. It can also have an impact with noise. So, it could have like a clunk sound as you're driving through gears, or accelerating from a stop. So those are some signs of a motor mount that's starting to fail. All right, so this is what we're looking at here. Perrin, and this is it's really solid aluminum, anodized. It's really nice feeling, nice and sturdy. This what's convenient and nice is that they actually say front left. They show the directions on it, so you know what side it ends up going with. Gives you the hardware for it. Essentially, the black part is the part where it bolts up to the motor, and then this bottom stud right here is going to go through the cross member, in which keeps it bolted to the rest of the car. BRZs have this sweet aluminum tray on the bottom. So in order for us to do anything, we gotta take that off. Okay, so from a closer look under the engine under tray, you can see that we've got a series of some plastic clips, and then we've also got, I don't know if I got them on the screen. So we got some, these are 12s on the back here. This is a 10 millimeter, so if you're trying to do this job and you've lost all your 10 millimeters, you want to grab one of those. I have a feeling that we may need some new plastic clips after this. Nasty. Okay, so we got the underside removed. Turns out that there was one more piece that was up here that we need to take off. Takes 10 mils. One thing to note right here, and same on the other side. See that a bolt snapped off. This is a really bad spot to put a bolt. If I were a Subaru engineers, I probably would have had this a plastic clip rather than a bolt, or at least maybe an aluminum bolt. Since it's not structural, we're just gonna forget that. But anyways, here, this is the underside of the motor mount. This is the underside, and same here and here. Now there is the motor mount. You can kind of see it right in there. So what we need to do is, this is the steering rack right here, so we'll want to loosen that. Just take these two bolts right out, and then we should be able to move the whole thing around just a little bit, and that'll give us access. So you can see that guy right up there. So gonna get started undoing these and get working. Came off with a couple ugga-duggas, but what I should do is spray this down with a little bit of WD-40 or some kind of catalyst. So I'm going to do that to the other side. At this point, we're pretty much set. If we wanted to lift this up, we can just lift the whole motor just straight up. Alright, so I got it lifted, so it's pretty much all the way through. We got some WD-40 sitting on that, and also sitting on the bolt for the steering rack. Same for the other side, and also the one bolt that's all the way up there. Can I see it? Right there, maybe? And now we're going to get wrenching on the steering rack. Mike, I brought out another battery. I think it's on top of the box right there. Excellent. Thank you. What? Nope, I think I smoked this. Yeah, any questions? No question at all. So that's free. So we'll probably want to really use air. Air should get that out. So you can see what I had to do there. Needed to pinch. See, I'm taking the sway bar with the rack pinched together so I can get more of a direct angle. Because what was happening going this way, even with the angle bit, it wasn't exactly seated on the bolt, so it didn't wreck it. It just, you know, kind of put a couple little dings in the head, which that's fine. Alright, so at this point, the motor mounts have been disconnected from both the cross member and the engine block. Just got to work on getting them out. Alright, got them out. This is the passenger side, driver's side. So, just from handling it in my hands, can't really tell if they're really blown or not, but clearly with the amount of engine travel there was, they're not in good shape. These are obviously the new ones going in, and they're pretty sturdy. So, looking forward to seeing how these are once we get them back in. It's up here, gotta spin it. Okay. Now I gotta find the rest of my hardware. Alright, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky part right here because we have this spacer that we need to get behind, basically on the other side of this, in between the mount and the engine block. So it's all the way up here, and getting it in place, actually not that difficult. It was more difficult getting it threaded. Still rather difficult because that spacer needs to be flat towards the transmission. Aha. Got it. Oh, good, that didn't hit my face. So at this point, get yourself a torque wrench and set it to 30 foot-pounds. Okay, driver's side is on. Sorry, passenger side is on. Now we need to go move over to the driver's side. Alright, got it bolted up. You can see it right there, and right behind, right there. So we're looking good. Although right here you can see the light's not great. There you go. You can see that the holes are not lining up. So we're gonna have to get a little creative with a pry bar, which is fine. We'll do it. right. Engine is sitting back in place. So the kit that you buy comes with one of these washers, and it says to use this washer if your nut doesn't come already with a pre-installed washer. This is the washer that comes with the kit, and this is what came off earlier. So no washer, just going to put it on. Delicate balancing act. Alright, once you've got this installed, you want to use your torque wrench and set this to 45 foot-pounds. Going to do the same to the other side. Alright, since we had to move the steering rack out of the way, got to reinstall those bolts. Should be as simple as just getting them lined up, just threading them back in. So, it certainly took a lot of torque with my torque gun. I had to use air in order to get these things off, so probably needs a decent amount to get them back on. And I looked online, and I even had my buddy take a look as well to try and figure out what the specs are for it, and we can't figure it out. But there's a couple different sites with aftermarket parts relating to the steering rack, and those are saying, one of them says 60 pounds, the other one says 65 pounds, so we're just gonna go with that. Mike, can you pass me my DeWalt? Get away from me, bug. Thank you. What's that?
Car's freaking out for some reason. What are you doing in that car?
You have your keys in your pocket?
No, the keys are in the car.
Maybe take your keys out.
Well,
It's not doing it now, but it's freaking me out.
it might be because I have the glove box open and close the car.
That's weird. The car does weird things. I blame Toyota. Alright, so remember what I said, 65 is what I'm going with. Alright, going to save the boring stuff. We're going to, I'm going to do it off camera, but I'm going to put the covers that go on the underside of the engine, going to put those on, and then this job is done. Alright, we got the car on the ground, and it's all buttoned up. So as you can see, we are about to get this thing started. Let's take a look to see how this thing moves now. Go ahead. Oh yeah, that's tight. All right, let's see reverse. That's barely moving. All right. He's gonna go give that a go, and we'll report back when he gets back. But if you're wondering, that right there, that's how you replace the motor mounts. And you put in, you can even just follow the same steps put for the to do OEM or to do replacement with aftermarket. So that's how you get it done. Can't wait to hear the results when it gets back. It's probably going to be good. Weight reduction. All right, we're taking a ride. I'm driving, buddy with the camera. So first initial thoughts are this, it's tight. It's tight for sure. Definitely rough at idle, to be expected. This car, it's believed that this has the valve train issue that there's a recall out for. However, the VIN, when you match it up, doesn't it doesn't fall under the recall, but it feels as though like it has the symptoms of the valve train issue. However, that doesn't mean that that's going to alter the feeling and the experience. But I can tell you that it feels a lot snappier, definitely very sporty, and I'm trying to come up with words other than, I like it. I mean, it's definitely bringing this car to life. This is normally, from the factory, it's a pretty well balanced vehicle with really good handling. It's got decent power for the weight, although some people say they want turbos. I would say it probably needs more power, but the manufacturer says nah. However, there's mods like this that you can use and put in that really brings the car to life. My initial thoughts are, I like it. I say do it and enjoy it. Even if your motor mounts aren't on the way out, if you're looking for a more aggressive feeling, definitely look into swapping out for different mounts. Just so happened that my buddy went with the Perrin, but there's also Cusco or Cusco. I'll have to double check on that. Don't discount me on mispronunciation. And I think there's also there's other brands that also have this. I'll throw some links in the description, and definitely check them out. I think this one went for just over $300 for both mounts. It took me I'd say about 5 hours doing the work, but I was also filming the whole process, and that adds a lot more time. Ultimately, in my head, I was thinking that this could probably be installed in, I'd say probably less than 3 hours on the ground, and probably even quicker if you have a lift. So you can feel it. I don't know if you can really see it in the camera, probably not, but the idle it's definitely rough. I can feel it in the steering wheel, in the whole bit of the car, and like for a brief second when you hit the gas, you can feel it. Now, as far as the power, when it when it goes from the engine to the wheels, it's a lot snappier. You can definitely feel it a lot better. We're gonna zip right through here, and that just felt really good. So we got some more things that my buddy is looking to do on the car. He's looking. We're gonna keep it a secret. We're gonna do some new stuff on the car. It's gonna be a secret, and I'm also gonna talk to him behind the camera. I have some more things that I think you could do. So, guys, thanks for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I know I learned something today. I hope you guys did too. That's what I like to bring to this channel, is ways that you can do this stuff on your own with, for the most part, basic tools. It turns out that, yes, I did have to use air. I know a lot of people don't have air. You could make do with a breaker bar and just really pull on it. But if you've got the tools, use them. That's my thought. All right, let's give this a feel. That feels good. Yeah, I like this. It's tight. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.